The word besides creates a lot of confusion for people. So let's go over the different uses of the word besides and instances where you would and would not use it. Besides has two functions. First, it operates as a preposition, which demonstrates exceptions. Second, it operates as an adverb, which demonstrates alternate perspectives. When used as a preposition, besides indicates an exception. Example, besides Ken, there are no dolls worthy of Barbie's affection. You'll see here we begin with besides Ken, establishing Ken as the exception to whatever follows. When used as an adverb, many people use the word besides and the term or phrase in addition interchangeably. However, the two are not interchangeable. That leads to the question, when should you use besides instead of in addition? Use the term in addition and similar words, such as likewise, moreover, furthermore, when building on evidence. For example, you might be in a job interview and the person across from the table will ask, why do you think you were qualified for the job? In this context, you want to build on multiple pieces of evidence. So you might begin as follows. First, I have over a decade of experience as a nurse. Then you can add, in addition, I also have 10 years experience as a pediatrician. In this case, you have piece of evidence, A, plus piece of evidence, B. And those two things together equal your outcome, which is X. So whenever you're using words like furthermore, moreover, likewise, in addition, additionally, you're using those in instances where you're building on evidence to reinforce your position. When used as an adverb, besides establishes three things about the action that follows. First, it is in addition to the previous idea. And this is where besides overlaps with in addition and why it often gets confused with it. However, there's two other points to consider. Second, it is apart from and separate from the other idea. It is distinct from the other idea and operates on its own. Third, it independently leads to the same conclusion as the other idea. Example, Ken might say, hey, Bobby, would you like to come over for some barbecue steak? Now, in this context, there's a question posed, and Barbie is going to offer a response. She replies by saying, no, thanks. I already ate dinner. So here we have one rationale why she's declining the invitation to go to the barbecue. She's already had dinner. Besides, now she's adding a separate point. I'm vegan. Now, as you can see, each of these, whether it's I already ate dinner, therefore she's not going, or I'm vegan, therefore she's not going, both independently lead to the same conclusion, irrespective and regardless of what the other point says. In this context, we have a piece of evidence, A, and it is equal to a specific outcome, in this case, X. When we introduce the second piece of evidence with the word besides, we'll call this evidence B, it also, independent of the first piece of evidence, leads to the same outcome. Therefore, the second idea introduced with besides is in addition to, but apart from the first piece of evidence because it works independently and irrespective of the other piece of evidence. Quick note, besides doesn't typically come up in academic contexts. It is also often seen as informal. Thus, it's best to typically avoid besides in your academic writing. So, a quick summary, besides can be used as a preposition or an adverb. As a preposition, it introduces an exception to whatever context or information is about to follow it. As an adverb, it introduces an alternate and equally important perspective. In this context, it has three distinct features. One, The perspective is in addition to another perspective. 2, the perspective is separate and apart from the other perspective. And 3, it leads to the same outcome as the other perspective. Hopefully that clarifies how to use the word besides and the context in which it's most appropriate. If you do have any questions, leave them below and we'll try to answer you as quickly as possible. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.